Welcome to an English lesson, 4th standard children. Open your textbooks on page 17, and today we are going to learn how to use a full stop, question mark and an exclamation mark. Now when you write or make use of a full stop, that is when you write a sentence and you complete it, you put a full stop. Question mark, when you ask questions, at the end of the question you put a question mark. An exclamation mark, when you exclaim something, whether you're sad or happy, and then you put an exclamation mark. Now, a full stop ends a sentence that states something. Example, my sister and I like to read books. Please follow your text on page 17. A question mark ends sentences that ask something like, what's your name? How old are you? Where do you stay? So these are all questions. So there you end the sentence by putting a question mark. An exclamation mark ends sentences that show surprise, wonder or other feelings. Like when you say, oh, so sad. Oh, there's an exclamation mark. So sad. Also there's an exclamation mark. How pretty. You don't put a question mark. You don't put a full stop, you put an exclamation mark. So, example, how happy I am. Now look at the sentences. It is a fine day. It is a statement. So you put a full stop. This sentence states something. It begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Is it a fine day? Now that's a question. So at the end of the sentence, you're going to put a question mark. This sentence asks something. It begins with a capital letter and ends with a question mark. What a fine day it is. Now that is an exclamation. You're surprised, you're happy, you're showing your emotions, your feelings. So you end that sentence with an exclamation mark, and it is called an exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence. This sentence is an exclamatory sentence. It begins with a capital letter and ends with an exclamation mark. Now, the task there, please look just below the box. Rewrite these sentences using the full stop, question mark or exclamation mark as required. Number 1. Saurav is a brave boy. You just have to put the full stop after the word boy. Saurav is a brave boy. Second one, is Saurav a brave boy? You need to put a question mark after the last word, boy. Number 3, what a brave boy Saurav is. So that's an exclamatory sentence. You need to put an exclamation mark after the last word is. Was Buddha a spiritual sage? That's a question. So you need to put a question mark after the last word, sage. I hope you will do this. Read the text again. That is page 17. All about question mark, exclamation mark and question mark. And look at the exercise and do it. Thank you. Next page, page 18, there are 2 more left in that. Buddha was a spiritual sage. Full stop. Number 6, what a spiritual sage Buddha was. That's a exclamatory sentence. So you need to put an exclamatory mark. Now coming to values for life on page 18. If someone in your family falls sick, how do you help your parents or elders take care of that person? Write 2 things you do. Now suppose in your house some person falls sick. So how will you help your parents to take care of that person? If that's an elderly person, then you can read the morning newspaper to that sick person. Then you can help that person to walk if he needs a little help. If that person asks you for water, you can take water and give that person to drink. And the best thing is you can sit by that side of that person and talk to the sick person so that the sick person will not feel lonely or will not feel alone. And also, you can always keep an eye on the sick person, what he or she is doing, whether sleeping or sitting or in pain, and just tell others in the family about what is happening to that particular person, whether they are all right or they are suffering from something, because a sick person sometimes feels happy, sometimes feels sad, and sometimes feels the pain. So if you're going to sit next to a person for some time, that will be a great relief for that particular sick person. Now, activity gathering information. Name two countries that have a king or a queen as head of state. So number one is Bhutan, and number two can be Cambodia or Sweden or Belgium. They are only asking you for two countries, but I am giving you the name of three. One is Bhutan and two can be Cambodia or Sweden or Belgium or Brunei. So I have given you a lot. You can take any two names and write in the text. So once again I tell you, please read the text, the lesson as a whole, and go through the question answers, because very soon we are planning to have a test for you all. So you need to get ready for the test, and this is how you're going to do your preparation. Thank you.